Hello and welcome to another studio visit. If you're new around here, my name is Julie Fei-Fan Balzer, and I am a painter, printmaker, and collage artist living outside of Boston. And on these studio visits, I welcome you in for a quick glimpse at what I'm working on right now. I spent Friday night doing a lot of gelatin printing. I had a couple stencils that I had made that I wanted to prototype and sort of see how they worked, and that sort of one thing led to another, let's just put it this way. And so I'm completely addicted to printmaking, and once I get on a roll, it's really hard for me to stop. So I filled my drying rack up with prints, and I thought it's something that you might want to see. So you can see this is the drying rack that I use when I have papers or projects, or even this stencil is being held up by a clothespin. It's a gull wing drying rack. That just means obviously that the two wings come up. The thing that I like is it does fold down totally flat, and it takes a lot. So I use clothespins, which is really easy, and I usually put two pieces of paper back to back here. And this is just a great way to keep all my papers, drying easily and not all over the studio. So here's a quick flip through of some of the papers. I don't make pretty papers, right? This is not something you would call really particularly beautiful, but there are really interesting moments that I can use in my artwork. As I get more advanced in my work, I actually find that I like to have a little bit of monochrome with some interest because I can make more specific choices. Sometimes the simplest papers, the ones just done with a comb, really are the most beautiful. I love this mixture of a color here. So beautiful. Again, like lots of interesting bits and pieces that can be used in different ways. This paper managed to tear, but it's great for collage. It's going to get cut up. The thing is, if any of these papers are sort of perfect as is and ready to be framed, then they're not really collage papers. They're artwork unto themselves, and certainly these were all made through gelatin printing, and certainly gelatin printing can be a wonderful art form towards making finished art, but my goal in these pieces was not to create finished art, but to create paper that has enough little interesting bits that when I cut out small pieces, I can use it in my work. And again, you need things that are dark, you need things that are light, you need patterns that are big and patterns that are small. You want things that are clear and more messy, so it's always good to just have a range. Play around with all your tools. This stenciled image came out so crisply. It's kind of amazing. It looks like the stencil's actually laying on top here. And here it's more faded and it's equally as beautiful. So again, the collage paper is just that. It's a tool that I'm going to use in my artwork. Now, I don't just use deli paper in my artwork, but this was a deli paper session. So now that I've made a lot of this, I'll probably move on to one of the other methods that I use for making collage paper, because I don't like to have too much of the same thing because it makes your work all look the same. I love this very busy piece of paper. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy this content, you might enjoy my monthly membership program. There are live streams, pre-recorded videos, tutorials, all sorts of fun stuff for you to check out. And you can find that all at balzerdesigns.com/classroom. So I hope to see you in a class real soon.